Hello everyone, welcome back to Cities Skylines. My name is Capital C, and today I say it correct. I recorded something before this video and I said it wrong. But welcome back to Cities Skylines. We're working on a couple of things this episode. And that is because I wanted to focus on a specific area. And I wanted multiple things in there. So we're working on, as you can see right now, we have a couple metro stations which are above ground. And now I'm working on a bus terminal right here. There's also going to be some shops and some apartments which are going to be like on the opposite side of the avenue. I think that this turned out very nicely, and I think this is like a marker for what the rest of the city should be like. So this is kind of an example for the details that I'm gonna put into the rest of the city, and the kind of style I think is also the style I'm gonna use. Yeah, with that said, I'm just going around here and starting up the area we're gonna detail first and we're gonna work on first. And that is the metro station together with the bus terminal. Well, it's not exactly a bus terminal, but it's more like a central hub, which is near downtown. So this is like second main bus terminal or whatever you want to call it. I'm messing up here with the road. Couldn't get it to work, and I got a couple crash messages which said some things which I didn't understand. But in the end, we got it all fixed, and it's looking nicely now. At the end I'm gonna have a couple cinematic shots so you can see what the world looks like so far. There's not gonna be any cars driving around because I haven't figured out electrical stuff and water and stuff. That's kind of the things I have to really do, but I don't want to do because they're ugly. So I have to find some sort of a nice looking asset or mod which allows me not to place those. And yeah, basically that's that. I'm just working around with the bus terminal here. Got a couple of fancy assets which look very modern and nice, and I think they fit the area very well. As you will see sooner when we put down some buildings and shops, it all comes together and it looks very nicely. I've also decided to get a couple different trees in here, so I think I have a final tree pack now, which I'm gonna use for this build. It's a bit tropical, as well as a bit more foresty-like and a bit more rural is the word, I believe. With that said, yeah, I think the world is coming along very nicely, and I think in the next episode we're gonna work on something completely different. Maybe we're gonna work on downtown to get that laid out. I don't know that yet, so don't quote me. I also don't know when the episode will be out, but I'm guessing next week. Oh no, by the way, I already have an episode for the next episode. I already have episode 3, which is interchanges. That's what I wanted to say. I downloaded, but I created a couple very cool interchanges. I looked on the internet, found some cool ones, and I think those are really cool. So that's what we're gonna be working on in the next episode. I made 2 of them. One is detailed to the fullest, which looks very good. It's a bit more older style interchange, and the other one is a bit more modern, and hopefully they function well. We'll see that once I get the water and electrical sources up and running. And here we're just placing some buses. I mean, the times could be a little bit faster, I'm seeing right now, but I wanted you guys to follow along nicely, because I haven't had an episode in a while. I think it's already been 2 weeks or 3 weeks maybe. And hopefully I can create more episodes from now on, because I have my holidays here. Today is the day I'm being notified if I passed my exams. So today's the day that I know if I am done with the school I'm currently on, or if I have to do another year. But we already basically know that we all passed, so that is very nice. With that said, yeah, this episode is just, it's a bit shorter than normal. Normally I go around for the 30 to 35 minute episodes, and sometimes even longer, like 50 minutes. But I figured I wanted to play Destiny, which is the main reason why the episode isn't longer. I did have footage, but I wanted to use that for the next episode, and that's also a reason. I got the expansions for Destiny 1. It's like 23 euros on the PlayStation Store, so if you're looking to pick that game up for cheap, now's your chance. There's a ton of content in there, it's really good. With that said, amazing game, but if you want to buy all the DLCs like one by one, very, very pricey. So today is the day you can pick it up. I'm not sponsored, by the way, by Destiny or Bungie, whoever made the game, but I'm just saying, if you're into those games, then you might want to look into that deal right now. In other news, what has been happening in my life in the past 3 weeks? Well, nothing much really. I've been busy on my internship, which I also finished Friday, which is 4 days ago or something. It's early in the morning, so I don't really want to think a lot. And yeah, I can commentate on what's happening on the screen. Actually, maybe that's a bit more useful than telling you about my personal life. I don't know. It's just it's a wild guess. Yeah, it's not much happening on the screen right now. We're gonna make a parking lot on this site, which I think turned out very well actually. I really liked how it looked, like how it looks. That's what I want to say. It's functional, I think. I haven't seen cars park on it because there's no people living in the city currently. As you can see in the bottom bar, it's 0, which is, what's the word again? It's very, very good that there's no people living in here. And I also decided to make this parking lot a bit more, or a bit different than the other ones I usually do. They all like, usually they're all the same. And I wanted to make this one a bit more special, so I went around and have like the tracks go on top of the parking lot here. And they have like a pillar right in the middle of the parking lot. So I decided, well, why not use this as some sort of a design feature? Not really a design, but like let's make the parking lot adapt to what the train tracks are doing. So I figured not this plain, or it's not as plain as it is right now. It's gonna be a little bit more detailed and a bit more different than the other ones you usually see in my cities. Now I've also been looking at other Cities Skylines YouTubers. I've been looking at Cities Skylines videos, time lapses. I've been looking at real cities. I've been looking around in real life, and you know, I wanted to make my cities a bit more realistic, and I think we're really getting to the point where they are getting realistic. So that is good. And I like the city, how it looks so far. The downtown you see in the background, by the way, that is now gone. I've deleted a lot of the stuff that was in the world that wasn't supposed to be there yet. So that is gone. I've also created, next to the main bridge we have, there's a like a fancy castle up the hill. It's like a ruin of a castle, and I think that looks like very, very good. It looks amazing. I don't have it recorded on video. So yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of time lapses of that in or the next one or the episode after that. So keep an eye out for that. I think it looks amazing. It's like on a little bit of a hill. It's got a couple rocks down to the water side, and I think it looks kind of cool. Now, if you have any suggestions on what you want to see in this episode, or not in this episode, but in this series, if you live in a cool city and you got a cool thing in the city, then just let me know. Send me a link in the comment section of Google Maps or whatever, and I'll look into it. And maybe we'll create something like that in this city as well, which should be awesome. I want to create more realistic things, and I've been working on that, as I said, so kind of cool. Yeah, here we're just working on the little bit of a more realistic feeling. When the pillars are there, I thought, why not go for the realistic look and get a couple pillars in there, because the train tracks can't be floating around. And that's what we're doing right now. Finally using the this mod. I don't know what the mod is, but this one here with the stripes. Finally using it a bit, so that's good. And well, I'm gonna let you watch the end of this time lapse. I'm gonna speak to you again in a couple minutes, I think it is, till the next time lapse, and we'll talk after that even more. So I'll be right back with you guys.
globale del fenomeno di manodopera straniera e degli specifici settori che richiedono lavoratori stranieri. Le riforme dovrebbero riguardare un nuovo visto d'affari multi-entry valido 5 anni per i rappresentanti o per i dipendenti di società multinazionali che investono in Russia, l'autorizzazione.
Just absolutely incredible. So beautiful. Just can't believe the colours that are coming out. All the different greys and different shades of red. How is it just taken? It's so vivid. It actually feels like emotional, so very beautiful. This is.
The avenue we're working on right here, I really like how it looks so far with like the plantains on the side. I think that looks quite awesome. So it's definitely something that will stay for the future. Also, those lampposts you see like in the middle of the road, those are changed now and they're like lampposts with a American flag on them, which I think look very, very cool. And like they give the city a different atmosphere. So that's really nice. I'm gonna use those more as well. And yeah, so we're working on some sort of a little plaza right here, as you can see. Decided to use like these cobble decal textures for once, and they look really good. I really like how they look, and they give the city also a bit more of an older kind of atmosphere. So it's like there's a bit more history in the city than just concrete. That's why I'm going to use these a bit more than I did in a previous series. I don't think I used them ever in the previous series. So that's that. We're just working on a couple plantains here, and I think they're gonna look quite cool with the flowers and the trees in there. And of course we're gonna need benches for the people to sit on. Very, very simple stuff, and hopefully it's gonna really look like a cool city in the end. That's what we're all aiming for. And we're just getting some flowers in there, some red flowers, which I think very good model. I don't know how I got those, but you know, I really like them. I really do. And then we're just gonna get some of these taller trees. I think they're cypress trees, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. But I think they're cypress trees, which I also like to use a lot. So you're gonna see, definitely gonna see more of those. And we got some palm trees in here for the tropical feel, which have kind of changed, I think, in the off-screen work. I've used a bit more palm trees around the city. I downloaded a couple other tree packs and tree mods, so it's all a bit more changed up now and it has a different feel. Here are the American flags, which I like a lot, and it just looks kind of cool. And these commercial signs. I don't know what they're called and where I got them, but they really, when you're like in a car and you're following them around on first person level, then those things, those like commercial signs, make the city so realistic and so much more non-game like. You really feel like you're in a city where people live and people have business and stuff, which I think gives so much value to the game, which is indescribable. But if you have a couple more MBs of RAM, then I should, well, I can't speak. Download those. That's what I want to say. Download them. Also not sponsored, which you should say in YouTube, otherwise you get sued. Here we're working on the, well, my voice. We're working on some apartments and some shops, and my computer just went on standby, so I don't know if you can see that. It's always happening in these voiceover commentaries. I think the previous time we did this, it also went on standby, but it's fixed now. I don't know why it does that. There's a video playing, so it shouldn't go on standby. But anyways, the apartments, which look modern-like, and they also have a bit more, I don't know how to describe that. They're just a bit more traditional and modern at the same time. I really give a good feel in the city. I don't know where they're from. I don't know if they're American style or Russian style. I have no clue. If you know, let me know. Rhymes with capital C. It's like my rapper name, capital C. But anyway, we're just doing some parking lot work over here, and yeah, I'm using the asphalt now, which I couldn't get to work a lot of the time in the previous series, so I never really used it. But now I think we finally got it working. So well, there's cars driving by. So we're gonna use this a bit more because it gives a nice realistic asphalt look to parking lots instead of the concrete you see everywhere in my previous cities. The only thing you have to do really is get the concrete brush out to remove the grass there, basically. But I'm gonna let you enjoy the rest of this video without me talking about stuff. So yeah, really do enjoy. And if you have any suggestions on what we should build next, then do let me know. I'm interested in your feedback, and I want you guys to have something to say about this series as well, because you're as much of a part of it as I am. I'm only the creator of the videos, and a bit of inspiration from you guys I think would be great for new content. And yeah, that is that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. There's a couple time lapses at the end, or not time lapses, but cinematic shots at the end, which are kind of bland because there's not a lot of traffic driving around, none to be exact. So hopefully in the next episodes we're gonna have some traffic driving around and have the city like feel alive. I think that's a good goal for the next episode. So I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Of course, take care, you're awesome, and bye bye.